What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rant, no hate. So I was watching this interview with Raleigh Romero. Now, Raleigh Romero stated the obvious. But it's funny because even though he stated the obvious, he still understands his role. Let me explain. He said, when the interviewer asked him about Devin Haney, like if he beats racist Ryan, about him fighting Devin Haney. He said no. And he goes, Devin Haney should fight Ryan Garcia. As if he knows that's what the setup is. Then he clarifies it. I said the same thing in the previous video, and I just pulled a video that I had because my damn phone got so hot it stopped recording. And basically, what I was saying in that video was how people are jumping the gun. They know that now cherry picks have went wrong many times, and this one can go wrong. But many times, I've been telling you guys, they're looking at Raleigh like he's just a tune-up. Raleigh, remember, Barbosa beat the shit out of him. And Tony Week screwed that fight up. But bottom line is, Raleigh Romero was looked at as a cherry pick, two shit talkers that all of a sudden are not going at each other, but it's constantly racist Ryan. Him and Bill going back and forth, him and Devin. And I said before, like we seen this same thing when Jarrell Miller kept talking shit about AJ and everybody else, constantly talking about AJ like he was just going to go through Daniel Dubois. And he got his ass whooped. Same thing, how Deontay Wilder is talking about Anthony Joshua. He's not even talking about Joseph Parker so much. I mean, he had less to say about the guy that he was fighting, which was Joseph Parker. And we saw what happened when they fought, though. So, people were already talking about Ryan versus Boots, which let me just say, Boots would destroy. I hope that fight just happens any kind of way. Since boxing has no structure and they're all over the place with just trying to make fights happen, I really would love to see. That'd be the one, because I know Boots would beat the living shit out of him. Boots would beat his ass properly. So anyways, what happens with Raleigh, he says, they already promoting this shit. He said, this is not how you do boxing, how you do business, but this is what they're already doing. They're already talking about, that's the setup already. They're already talking about promoting Ryan versus Devin Haney too. We didn't even fight yet. So they're not even talking about what I do. But, so he's saying, even if he says if I, then he goes, well, after I knock Ryan out. But bottom line, just think about that. You already know ahead of time, even if I go beat this dude, they're going to try to set up a rematch to try to give him a second chance to beat me because they really want him versus Devin Haney. And even if that rematch never happened, what would happen is it would be excuses. Man, I had a lot on my mind. Oh, I've been out of the ring for a little while, blah, blah, blah. Devin Haney been out of the ring the same amount of time as Ryan. Okay, but bottom line, it will be some type of excuse, but there's a grudge there. There's a revenge, you know what I'm saying? So bottom line is, I know even if I go ahead and knock this dude out, the plan is to go forward with Devin Haney versus racist Ryan too. And I've been telling you guys, really simple. I don't care if it's Turkey Island Sheik or whoever. If you think just throwing money on the table and because you have the ability to put, good cards together, that it's okay to play the politic role, then you can't say that your business model is any different from the current one. The only thing you can say is, well, I'm able to put better cards together. But to say I have a different vision, to say that I have a different plan for the way boxing should be done, and then basically skip past a guy who wins if that would be the case, because you've already done it to Joseph Parker. I've already saw the whole let's use star power over who's more deserving. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person, like, I don't like comfort based on believing something that's not true or accepting something that I know is not right, but it makes me feel better or it puts me in a better position. Like, no, I don't like to live like that. I don't respect that. I don't appreciate that type of shit. It's like, nah, I don't need that shit, man. It's honestly like losing. It's like getting your ass whooped, right? And then because people feel bad for you, they give you and the person that just whooped your ass for first place trophy. Like, how do you feel good accepting that shit? No, you got your ass whooped. You didn't win shit. That was gifted to you. So I don't like that. I don't respect that. So for Raleigh to even say it, it's not like he was volunteering it. The guy was pressing to try to get an interview with him, and he was asking those questions, but he got Raleigh to say it. I don't think on Raleigh's own accord he would have came out and just said what the obvious is. Maybe afterwards or something, because I don't know. Maybe they don't want to be on bad terms with Turkey or whoever. But man, I don't care, man. It's, you see, this is what I'm talking about with dictatorship, and with a person using their power, using money, using that as a ways to make people forget what's wrong or right, because I can give you something that these other promoters are not going to give you. But I told you guys, man, and I don't remember if I said it in a more previous video, but I know I said it, the one that I scrapped. I know I definitely said it in there, because that video was based on, before I even saw the interview with Raleigh. But I'm like, ain't this a bitch, right? But yeah, how people was already putting him in the ring with boots and all this shit. And first of all, look, if Raleigh ends up somehow, if he put it like this, if he land a shot he needs and knock Ryan fucking ass out, how the fuck do you just go from that to try to make an excuse to make a fight with them? Well, when Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder had their fight the same night, and the agreement was that both of them had to win, Deontay Wilder decides to go on 70 Sports and say, man, they ain't want to fight. I'm thinking we still fighting. How? And this is what I'm saying. And we've already heard Turkey go backstage and glaze these fighters that he like. Even like him telling, AJ, hey man, I need you to knock this guy out. And Francis Ngannou, we can't have these guys coming over here in our sport doing this. And okay, cool. But my point is, he has no problem letting people know that who his favorites are. And then who was it? Somebody was fighting. I forgot who it was. But he's telling the guy what the official scorecards are. Not even the unofficial. He's telling him what the official scorecard. I need you to knock him out. I need a knockout. You're behind on the officials. Like, nah, come on, man. That's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. But I'm not even shocked by it. It was just kind of, the fact that Raleigh just actually said what he said. But it's nothing but the truth. And, fuck a distraction, man. It's just the reality of, you're going to sit up here and play this role of big time promoter and I'm trying to remove the politics from boxing. No, man. No. And that's why even like with Dubois and Usyk rematch, I mean, it is what it is. I'm certainly not going to cry about the shit. It's just the principle that Joseph Parker keeps getting overlooked. And, Frank Warren's going to say, whatever his fighters are, yeah, he's going to want to say they're the best fighters and all. He's saying it's the two best fighting each other. We don't know that Dubois is the second best heavyweight. When the fuck did we establish that? We don't know that he's the second best heavyweight. We don't know that he can beat Joseph Parker. Bottom line. So at the end of the day, it's like, through time, if these same things continue to happen, sheep are going to be sheep. But it may very well come down to a point where people start saying, you know what? This shit is all the same. And it's no real big deal. They don't even care that they're putting the trying to get the best to fight the best, because this fight right here You know, it is what it is. I'm not looking forward to Raleigh versus Ryan, to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck who Ryan fight. I just want I just like the idea of him getting knocked the fuck out. It doesn't personally bother me. If he wins, he wins. It's not like I'm gonna be mad if he wins. I don't really give a fuck. It would just be a nice little treat to see him get his ass beat. But at the same time, you know, for sportsmanship, yeah, usually I would want to see a rival win. So, like, yeah, him and Haney can do it again, right? But he's a racist, no good scumbag piece of shit. And I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see him beat anybody. If he fought Teofimo, I wouldn't give a fuck who won anyway. Personally, fuck both of them. So, but nah, I don't support racist motherfuckers, man. He's a bitch. So I don't like nothing about Ryan Garcia. But at the same time, for Raleigh to say what he said, it was just like, yeah, okay. Now that he said that, let's see if there's going to be any kind of backlash or some type of mistreatment of Raleigh, yeah, as a payback. Because I don't trust none of these motherfuckers. I don't trust what happens, but you know Raleigh don't like that shit. But he's saying, yo, yeah, Ryan should, Haney should fight Ryan. He should fight Ryan. Why would you be saying he should fight Ryan even if you beat him, though? You see what I'm saying? So let me step aside, right, and let these motherfuckers do what they wanted to do, because this is the money fight. But I'm gonna let him take my opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's the bullshit. That's the bullshit. And people gonna act like they don't see it. They want to talk about fairness and favoritism and all that bullshit. But yeah, I guess the racist Ryan fans don't see this shit. They don't pay attention to this kind of shit. And this is coming from Raleigh's mouth. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Now, talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch you on the next video.